Well, Indian lab-grown diamond jewelry brand Firefly Diamonds has raised a seed round of $3 million led by WestBridge Capital. The investment is going to accelerate the brand's retail expansion plans, bolster its digital presence and fuel R&D. Founded in December 2023, Firefly has stores across 4 cities currently and plans to expand to over 20 locations in the next 2 years. For more on this, joining me now is Adit Bhansali, who is the co-founder of Firefly Diamonds. Adit, welcome to Startup Street and thanks very much for your time here. Start by telling us very briefly about this young brand that you're building and the opportunity that you see for the lab-grown diamond market in India.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks so much, Ritu, for having me on. So I wanted to share a little bit about Firefly. So we started the brand around 1.5 years back, and my brother and I are the 2 co-founders. And the brand was basically built on a legacy of around 60 years in the jewelry industry, starting with my grandfather, that my parents have kind of continued into the same business. And they have an entire background in jewelry design and manufacturing. So what my brother and I saw was a huge opportunity in moving into lab-grown diamonds, which we feel like is going to be one of the most exciting segments of the jewelry market in India, which we all know is one of India's largest markets. And what we bring into that is we bring this jewelry design and manufacturing expertise so that the products that we're bringing to our customers through Firefly are the products that are of the highest quality, highest level of craftsmanship, and beautiful designs that are unique and help us stand out.
Well, Adit, you're essentially saying your family comes from a diamonds business, which I assume will be natural diamonds. So you're essentially betting against the family business and putting your money on its competitor.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say betting against it. I think the way we see it, I think both segments are gonna, exist today and will continue to exist even as lab-grown continues to become bigger. The reason is I think there's always going to be some segment that will have that emotional attachment to having a natural mined diamond. But as I was saying before, there's going to be a much bigger new segment that's going to be coming in for whom lab-grown is going to be the majority of the focus. So I think we see both things will continue to grow. And I think, the Indian jewelry industry is going to go from strength to strength.
Okay, and how do you plan to deploy this $3 million of seed funding that you've raised now?
Yeah, so I think there's a few different aspects to this. I think the first and most important one is we want to build a brand that's going to stand out and is going to be doing something distinctive. So for that, we're going to actually allocate a significant amount of the funding towards research and development of kind of different unique product collections that haven't been seen before in India. There are things that you can do with lab-grown diamonds that traditionally people might not have done with natural diamonds. So I think we're going to try to bring and create that distinctive product collection. Second is we're going to be using it for retail store expansion because that's the best way for people to see, touch, and experience the products. And then the third one is going to be into marketing because I think bringing a celebrity on board and other marketing initiatives to kind of get word out there, I think is going to be very important for us as well.
Okay, and speaking of retail expansion, so far you've been in all the 4 metros. Where will these next 20 locations be and how will you balance the physical retail with the digital growth?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think for the 20 new locations, I think there's a couple, it's like a 2-step plan. I think the first is going to be now to deepen our reach within the existing cities where we are present. So we're currently in Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And I think we're going to continue to deepen our presence there because there's customers that are reaching out from different areas in those cities that are interested in purchasing, but are not able to physically make it into the stores we're in today. So we'll add more stores there. Then there's another market in other tier 1 cities, such as Delhi, where we know there is a large market and again, demand for the product. So that would be kind of the second step. And then the final step would be slowly starting to expand into tier 2. But that's where I think the online part will play a big role because we launch online. Our website will be going fully live in around 2 weeks from today. So once that goes live, we'll be available across most of India, and that'll help us gauge demand for the brand in smaller cities. And then that'll help us figure out where do we want to set up the next set of stores.
What kind of sales and average spend per customer trends are you seeing currently? And, what are your projections for sales, revenues, and profits in the next 2 to 3 years, especially keeping in mind that lab-grown diamond prices have fallen sharply recently?
Yeah, so I think the sales numbers have honestly been really impressive so far. I think we've been very happy since the Mumbai store first launched in October. So it's been around 6 months there, and I think we've seen a very steady ramp up of sales. In terms of the average customer order value, I think that has also been higher than actually we anticipated. It's coming close to around 70 to 80,000 per customer. So that's showing that we have a large volume of people who are coming in for kind of lower priced gifting products that might be in the range of 20 to 40,000. But we are also seeing, customers coming in for that solitaire diamond ring or for a diamond bracelet or, solitaire earrings. And those prices can be north of even 2 lakhs. So I think that's kind of what this numbers are looking like today. I think what we're expecting over the next couple of years is, I think, one, for jewelry, existing customers are a big part of what your future sales look like. So as we continue to build that customer book, I think we'll be seeing a lot of repeat purchases. We've already seen that just in 6 months. And in terms of, same store sales growth, I think we'll be expecting a good amount of that, even month on month. And then in terms of profitability, I think our stores are already, operationally, profitable at a store level. I think then marketing is obviously going to be a big cost expense that we'll have to kind of manage and be smart about.
All right, Adit, that's all the time we had, but thank you very much for your time here today, and we wish you all the very best with your business.